All right. Yeah, buddy. It's your boy Childish coming back. It looks like they have announced the Hall of Heroes for this upcoming month. We got ourselves the Fire Kung Fu Girl, as YDCB would say, Kung Fu Girl. We got ourselves an interesting unit, to say the least. Initially I wasn't really a big fan of the Kung Fu Girl all around, with the exception of the Win one. But I think it could have its place, depending on, your current situation on the game. So what we'll do is we'll go through a quick review of all the versions. All right, and then we'll go ahead and I'll just kind of talk about my, recommendation or whatever. So, let's see what we got. So for those that don't know, the Kung Fu Girls are a unit that utilizes basically, it's kind of very similar to the Valkyrie types, where they have some kind of before and after effect where you do your first attack and it has the possibility of triggering the second attack. However, the first attack is not based if you kill him, it's just a 30% activation. So what this means is, obviously if you attack, you have a 30% activation to utilize this. And to my knowledge, that's regardless if it's up or not. And what does that mean? Let's say you use the Shadowless Kick your turn, right? The next turn, you do the Energy Ball. Even though this one's technically on cooldown, this one still has a chance to trigger this again, even though this one might be on cooldown. So the cool thing about it is, if I understand it, the damage amplifier on the damage multiplier on this one, I believe it's a little bit higher than this one. So obviously it's the 30% chance, it's low, it's whatever. But if you have an opportunity to do a second attack that actually, can more or less do more damage than the first attack, then I think that it could be a good thing. The third attack, this is kind of the thing about all the units that everyone doesn't really like. They attack the enemies 4 times, but it's randomly. It's not a AoE. And of course, for this one, continuous damage for 1 turn. Obviously, it'd be nice if it was a single target, but it is not. So, yeah. And as we know, I'm going to be going back to it, but I'll just go ahead and showcase it. The leader skill is attack bar ally monsters in the arena by 33%. Okay, so it's one of those things where if you don't have a good leader skill for the arena, you don't have a good speed leader or whatever, you might be able to take advantage of it. Obviously, a lot of people utilize Megan, because she has the good attack power and the buff. But if you have Megan and you're looking for another way of getting more attack power to your team, then yeah, maybe the Fire Kung Fu Girl would be a good choice. So let's take a look at the one that I already got, Zhao Lin. Remember, with these Hall of Heroes guys, you're going to be seeing all 5 of them in various stages of the game. There's going to be 6 stages. There's going to be a wide variety of them, and so we'll go ahead and take a look. First and second attack are going to be the exact same as the fire one, but this one here is going to be a little bit different. Decreases the attack gauge by 30%. So as far as being concerned about attacking them, in the Hall of Heroes, you really shouldn't be too concerned about this one. You might have a small attack gauge reduction every now and again, but worst case scenario, you're going to lose a couple of beneficial effects. Again, not too big of a deal. So this is not my favorite. This is probably I'd have to put this above the fire, for sure. But then I like the Wind one. I like the Wind one the best. So let's go ahead and go over the Wind one. If you have an opportunity to auto B2, and maybe you recently got this one or whatever, then I encourage you actually to go ahead and keep it going. And the reason being is that here's kind of my thought process on it, right? If I'm actually keeping my water one, and I will potentially, if I have nothing going on this weekend, I'm working on 6-star fodder right now. But if I have nothing going on, chances are I'm gonna be just doing the zone to the zone, because it's whatever, right? It's good money. It's there's a lot of ways to make more money, but here's my thing with this one. This particular unit, now it has a 30% chance instead of a 25% chance, but this is the kicker. The triggering attack has the opportunity to decrease the attack gauge of the target that you're targeting on with an 80% chance, which is extremely good. Okay, so if you got an opportunity to attack again with a 30% chance, and you pair this with a violence set, that's just going to be a multitude of chain attacks that have the possibility of keeping down the unit's attack gauge. Okay, and again, it's not a 100% chance like Hua's passive, but you can best believe that if I get Ling Ling, I'm gonna pair her up with Hua and rip the crap out of those dungeons up. Those halls of magic, those halls of fire, any hall, any giants, any whatever, any opportunity I can to utilize a combination of units that can decrease the attack gauge and keep the units down. Like me, I'm probably going to be using this a lot in the dragons, because the dragons don't have a trigger that goes off counterattack after every 7 turns. So essentially, with Ling Ling and Hua, I can probably lock the dragon down. Similar to what people did back in the day in Giants B10 with 2 Huas, whatever. So that's my goal. Obviously, I don't need the fire one. But I might as well do it and, get some fodder, because later on down the road, if I get this one, then yeah, I would definitely like to have this one, not only to, level it up and evolve it, whatever like that, but if I have an opportunity to reduce this twist kick down to 3 turns, because I may be able to max it out when I get the skills, hey, by all means, I'll go ahead and do it. So let's see here. Let's go with the lights. It's loading up. So as far as some of the other ones, you're going to go ahead and see, same thing again, just like the Win one with the decrease of the attack gauge. The difference on here is it just got itself a self-heal. So depending on where, this one is, I can see this one being like one of the mini bosses or whatever. Because, it seems like they always throw one in there to have some kind of self-sustaining heal, whatever. But we'll see how it goes. Critical rate. Nice little combination here. Again, not one of my fan favorites. I would have to say between the Win one and the Dark one, I think the Dark one got the nod there. But again, it's the Dark. We're not going to get you're not going to get that all the time. This is my top favorite one here. Reason being is right here. Attacks the enemy 4 times and ignores the enemy's attack with a 20% chance. This obviously can be reduced 1 turn if you max it out, but any opportunity with any unit to be able to ignore defense is great. And so because it is very unpredictable, with a violence set, you can really, continuously utilize its abilities and reduce the amount of times that this one is available. And the more opportunities you get to reduce, increase your turns and get this skill available to attack is golden. I've seen some 6-star phase in there that's been really, really cool. And of course, because it's a attack speed leader in the arena, it definitely replaces any Wind Sylph, Wind Dragon, whatever the Water Succubus, any speed leader in the arena that you need to provide speed for your team, and then still get this nice quality damage here. So that is pretty much it, guys. Just kind of a quick overview of those units. And again, my overall thoughts on this, I'm gonna, for as far as the people that are very beginning stages, if you have the opportunity to clear B1 and you don't have a lot of 4 stars, then by all means, please go for it, because it is an attack. It is a leader that has an attack skill that's really, really nice. Attack skill 33%. Great. Good. Another good unit to just kind of throw around if you don't have a lot of good 3-star, 4-star units. Okay. If you're in the mid to late stages, meaning you can clear B2 but you can't, you can't auto it or whatever like that. You have to be focused on it. Then, if you want to get one unit to hold on to, great. That might be a good idea because you never know. We've seen some changes with units, balancing them out, and I can honestly can see them changing that third skill. Maybe a reduction of times attacked, but then doing like some kind of AOE because again, those random attacks are weak sauce. Or if they're going to do random, maybe they'll increase it by, one attack, making it 5 hits. I don't know, but I'm not gonna waste the opportunity to get a unit and to hold on to it just in case it is available. I don't need to summon it. I'm just gonna keep it in my summon hedge and summon it whenever I want to use it, whatever like that. Mid to late stages, meaning you can auto B2 and maybe clear B3 with a friend. Then if you are kind of thinking on the same path as I am with regards to maybe using it as fodder for the win one if you get it in the future, then yeah, I would encourage you to go ahead and burn it out. And meaning burn it out, meaning just use your available energy. Don't sit there and dump 400 energy into this unit. Do what you can to get the amount of fodder you can, so that you can get this one up here. Neo and I are a big fan of trying to get at least 4, if not more, to use the 4-star summons as the actual evolution material. So if we can get Ling Ling maxed out at level 30, then getting 4 fire Kung Fu girls to be able to evolve and get the best of both worlds is not, it's not going to, you're not going to lose anything out of it. It's like a 2-for-1 special. So, like I said, any opportunity to get their skills leveled up without using the Devilmon is all good in my book. Again, late stages of the games, you're not going to see, I'm not going to see anybody go out of their way to get tons and tons of these, because again, it's just not a clutch unit right now. People at the late stages of the game got way better units than this. So again, if you're top, as far as like the top end of the game, you're probably gonna farm this just because you can auto clear B3 and you can get tons of pieces. But again, are they doing it for because they want the unit? Probably not. They just need the fodder to level up their 6 stars. So that's all the recommendations I got. If you have any additional recommendations that you want to throw in the comment section down below, go ahead and put it below, and we'll go ahead and go from there. So in the future, guys, if you guys are ever curious about how you can look up the Hall of Heroes, you can always go here. And even though you don't see it here, they kind of put out the information beforehand. Even though you don't see it here, they're gonna showcase the time, like 2 days out, 3 days out, similar to up here. Like right now, normally what they do is they have the day that this is going, right. This one's going right here. Then how do I say, right here? So like the Rainbow Gardens, the Hollow Light available in 3 days, Hollow Dark available in 4 days, so on and so forth. So normally, Hall of Heroes, they'll say available in 2 days or 1 day or whatever. Now, we know it's going to be in 2 days, but they didn't put it down here. Normally they do, which is kind of odd. But use this to check and make sure, if you're looking for the Hall of Heroes. Follow the trend, though. The trend is they always put it normally at the first weekend of every month. So once a month, they have that availability. So keep an eye out for that. All right? Take it easy, guys. Your boy Childish for ChildishPlays checking out. Yeah, buddy. Take care. We'll see you next time.